Elon Musk yesterday said that the U.S. government basically shouldn't regulate the crypto market. He was at the, I think, Recode or Code, they might have changed the name, out in Beverly Hills in L.A., and he was asked on stage what he thought about regulation in the crypto market. We do know that, one, Elon owns a material percent of Bitcoin in his net worth. We also know that Tesla has purchased about $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin earlier this year. They sold 10% to test liquidity. And then Tesla also has accepted Bitcoin as payment in the past. He has two quotes here. The first one, he says, "I wouldn't say that I'm a massive cryptocurrency expert. I think there's some value in cryptocurrency, but I wouldn't say it's the second coming of the Messiah." Very strong words from Elon. Then he also said, quote, "It is not possible to, I think, destroy crypto, but it is possible for governments to slow down its advancement." And so I think generally his point is, look, you can't destroy it. You could slow it down, but there's a lot of things that we could focus on. Regulating this space more than it already is probably doesn't make as much sense as some of the trade-offs of what else you could do.
I appreciate him saying that he's not an expert in the space. Just speaks to like his openness and what he's like really
I don't think anyone was
identified.
confused on that.
Yeah, but you said a lot of times that Bitcoin is actually in the cryptocurrency space is actually more regulated than the traditional finance space. Can you expand on that?
Well, if you think about the reason why I say it, if I go tonight and I buy dinner, right? Me and John go to dinner, and
Dinner's on you tonight?
Sure. And when I pay for the meal, I pay for the cost of the meal. Let's say the meal is $50, right? Or we have inflation, so it's $100. Then I pay sales tax. And if I buy it with dollars, that's it. Cost of the meal, sales tax. But if I buy with Bitcoin, I pay the cost of the meal, I pay sales tax, and I have to pay capital gains on my Bitcoin. Not really conducive to using Bitcoin, right? So it's over-regulated compared to using dollars. On top of that, in the financial capital of the world, in New York City, it is harder to start a crypto company than it is a traditional financial company. And so if I want to start, let's say, a fintech business, I go and I get all the licenses that I need. I get my broker-dealer license. I do my KYC, AML, get my money transmitter license, all that stuff. And I get my business up and running, and I'm good to go. If I want to start a crypto company, I have to do all those same things: money transmitter, broker-dealer, AML, KYC, et cetera. Then I have to apply for a new separate license just to operate a crypto company called a BIT license in New York. And they've only given out a handful of them. So it's harder to start a crypto company than it is a traditional financial company, which ends up meaning that the businesses are more regulated in crypto than they are in the legacy world.
Yeah, I mean, I also think it's important to note that he's obviously financially incentivized for it not to get regulated in a negative way, right? So Tesla owns Bitcoin. I don't know if they still allow customers to pay for things in Bitcoin, but he personally owns a lot of Bitcoin. I think he owns some other crypto also. But it's a material part of his holdings, investments-wise, and I think he only holds outside of his public holdings of the companies he owns or the equity in the companies that he owns. Bitcoin is his largest holding. So it's important to recognize that he is incentivized for this stuff to happen. But he's right? Like we always talk about it a lot of times in the context of the United States because that's where we live. But really, when you look around the world, the country and the local governments and the people that adopt these technologies and create infrastructure and rules and regulations to incentivize people to come there and build on top of these networks and advance the innovation of these products are going to be the ones that are the most successful. And I think what he's saying is, look, like, you're not going to stop a lot of this stuff that's already happening now. They're decentralized networks. There's not much you can do outside of taxation and a few other things. So why wouldn't you just innovate on top of that, right? Why wouldn't you allow a safe space for people to come and build products, services, et cetera, on these networks and on these protocols? And I think what we're going to see is the governments that allow people to do that and enable people to go do that are going to benefit the most, and the ones that do it the earliest are going to benefit the most. And I think what Elon Musk is saying is like, hey, look, why shouldn't the United States be the leader in that space, right? If you want to be the global superpower that you always talk about, you should be the one that are allowing people to come and innovate and do all the kind of representing the ethos that your country says they represent all the time.
Completely agree.
I don't think more regulation necessarily deters innovation. I think it can kind of go both ways. If you do too much regulation in a bad manner, it can definitely stop innovation. But innovation is going to happen, and like he said, you're not going to be able to kill crypto. You're not going to be able to kill Bitcoin, right? You can over-regulate it and make it super annoying for people. You can do what China did and try to ban it, but people are still going to use it.
What's up, guys? Bang, bang. Thanks so much for watching the Best Business Show today. If we're going to be the best business show, we obviously need the best partner. That's why the exclusive sponsor of the Best Business Show is SoFi. They're an all-in-one platform that allows you to invest in all kinds of different assets, including stocks, ETFs, crypto, IPOs, and they even have an automated investing function, if that's your thing. So before we start getting after it again, make sure that you go download SoFi, you get an invest account, and when you make your first crypto trade, regardless of what you buy, they'll give you $10 in Bitcoin for free. It's that simple. Head on over to SoFi.com/pomp to get started today. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope that you come back and watch more of the Best Business Show tomorrow.